Welcome to the Executive Order Audio Library, where we read all of Trump's executive orders in full so you can stay informed about what they contain. There's a lot of them, and they affect all of us, and we think you should know what they say. Before we begin, a friendly reminder that the Executive Order Audio Library takes no position on this or any other order. This is intended as a nonpartisan, factual source of information for all people about the text these documents contain. No edits have been made to these texts other than minor technical modifications to make them more understandable in an audio, real-time format where necessary, such as with long lists of number items with several sub-items nested below. We have also removed the final general provision sections repeated at the end of all executive orders that do not add value or understanding to any particular individual executive order. If you find this resource helpful, please like this video so others can find it too. To stay on top of future executive orders, please click subscribe and allow notifications so you can be alerted when new recordings are available. This is a reading of Executive Order 14152, holding former government officials accountable for election interference and improper disclosure of sensitive governmental information. By the authority vested in me as President by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, it is hereby ordered. Section 1. Purpose. In the closing weeks of the 2020 presidential campaign, at least 51 former intelligence officials coordinated with the Biden campaign to issue a letter discrediting the reporting that President Joseph R. Biden's son had abandoned his laptop at a computer repair business. Signatories of the letter falsely suggested that the news story was part of a Russian disinformation campaign. Before being issued, the letter was sent to the CIA Pre-Publication Classification Review Board, the body typically assigned to formally evaluate the sensitive nature of documents prior to publication. Senior CIA officials were made aware of the contents of the letter, and multiple signatories held clearances at the time and maintained ongoing contractual relationships with the CIA. Federal policymakers must be able to rely on analysis conducted by the intelligence community and be confident that it is accurate, crafted with professionalism, and free from politically motivated engineering to affect political outcomes in the United States. The signatories willfully weaponized the gravitas of the intelligence community to manipulate the political process and undermine our democratic institutions. This fabrication of the imprimatur of the intelligence community to suppress information essential to the American people during a presidential election is an egregious breach of trust reminiscent of a third world country. And now the faith of Americans and all other patriotic intelligence professionals who are sworn to protect the nation has been imperiled. National security is also damaged by the publication of classified information. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton published a memoir for monetary gain after he was terminated from his White House position in 2019. The book was rife with sensitive information drawn from his time in government. The memoir's reckless treatment of sensitive information undermined the ability of future presidents to request and obtain candid advice on matters of national security from their staff. Publication also created a grave risk that classified material was publicly exposed. To remedy these abuses of the public trust, this order directs the revocation of any active or current security clearances held by the former intelligence officials who engaged in misleading and inappropriate political coordination with the 2020 Biden presidential campaign, and John R. Bolton. Section 2. Policy. A. It is the policy of the United States to ensure that the intelligence community not be engaged in partisan politics or otherwise used by U.S. political campaign for electioneering purposes. The term intelligence community has the meaning given the term in Section 3003 of Title 50, United States Code. B is the policy of the United States that individuals who hold government-issued security clearances should not use their clearance status to influence U.S. elections. C. It is the policy of the United States that classified information not be publicly disclosed in memoirs, especially those published for personal monetary gain. Implementation. A. Effective immediately, the Director of National Intelligence, in consultation with the Director of the Central Intelligence Agency, shall revoke any current or active clearances held by the following individuals. 1. James R. Clapper, Jr. 2. Michael V. Hayden. 3. Leon E. Panetta. 4. John O. Brennan. 5. C. Thomas Fingar. 6. Richard H. Leggett, Jr. 7. John E. McLaughlin. 8. Michael J. Morrell. 9. Michael G. Bickers. 10. Douglas H. Wise. 11. Nicholas J. Rasmussen. 12. Russell E. Travers. 13. Andrew Leipman. 14. John H. Mosman. 15. Larry Pfeiffer. 16. Jeremy B. Bash. 17. Rodney Snyder. 18. Glenn S. Gerstel. 19. David B. Buckley. 20. Nada G. Bakos. 21. James B. Bruce. 22. David S. Cairns. 23. Janice Cairns. 24. Paul R. Colby. 25. Peter L. Corsell. 26. Roger Z. George. 27. Stephen L. Hall. 28. Kent Harrington. 29. Don Hepburn. 30. Timothy D. Kilborn. 31. Ronald A. Marks. 32. Jonna H. Mendez. 33. Emile Nekele. 34. Gerald A. O'Shea. 35. David Price. 36. Pamela Persilli. 37. Mark Polly Moropoulos. 38. Chris Savos. 39. Nick Shapiro. 40. John Cipher. 41. Stephen B. Slick. 42. Cynthia Strand. 43. Greg Tarbell. 44. David Terry. 45. Gregory F. Triverton. 46. John D. Tullius. 47. David A. Vannell. 48. Winston P. Wiley. 49. Kristen Wood. 50. John R. Bolton. 2 signatories, Patty Patricia A. Brandmeier and Brett Davis, are deceased. B. Within 90 days of this order, the Director of National Intelligence, in consultation with the Director of the Central Intelligence Agency, shall submit a report to the President through the National Security Advisor that details 1. Any additional inappropriate activity that occurred within the intelligence community by anyone contracted by the intelligence community or by anyone who held a security clearance related to the letter signed by the 51 former intelligence officials. 2. Recommendations to prevent the intelligence community or anyone who works for or within it from inappropriately influencing domestic elections. And 3. Any disciplinary action, including termination of security clearances, that should be taken against anyone who engaged in inappropriate conduct related to the letter signed by the 51 former intelligence officials. If you found this helpful, please click like so others can find it too. And do subscribe and click notifications to keep on top of future recordings.